Hello, my name is Maria Martinez, and this is my creative critical reflection for my group's opening of the film, Filed Away. This is my blog where I document my process and all the works. It all starts with a basic idea. We always knew we wanted to do a drama, but what type of drama was the issue. After a few days of research, we decided to do a crime drama about a young man named Enrique, who is tormented by the government because of his past criminal behavior. We are playing around the perspective that a piece of paper doesn't define a person's worth, something that the government so blatantly uses. As I prepared for the project, I realized how important research and planning was in the production process. The script took a long time to create, and along the way, we made various changes. And I repeat, various changes. Everything comes with a little inspiration. We were mainly inspired by crime dramas like The Godfather, Drive, and Goodfellas. I did some research on this website called tasteofcinema.com, and it said that the genre with the most use of voiceovers was crime dramas. Goodfellas, as you can see, is a good example of an effective use of voiceover. With all that being said, we knew that we needed to find the voice of Enrique, that is. This voice must be able to relate to the audience and represent our character in the most effective way possible. It's also used as a way to recount past events and create an ambience. We knew that to create effective dialogue, we needed to have a clear idea of our characters and who they were. We needed to establish this character development. Our main character is Enrique. He's in his mid-20s, he's Cuban, shy, good heart, strong-minded, low class. We need that to properly execute the character, we made up his history. Now I'm going to briefly describe it to get a better idea of the type of person he is. So, like I said before, he's Cuban. His parents moved to the States to get a better life. He's an American citizen, and he was born in the U.S. His mom was deported at 18. His sister was 16. His sister and him were left behind. He got involved with neighborhood junkie Domingo, who also got him involved in drugs and other crimes. And after all his arrests in his youth, he wanted to make a better life for him and his sister. And as a result, he left the gang. Our movie challenges the typical genre conventions because it features a Hispanic male lead as opposed to a white male, which is rare. In this website called motherjones.com, it features 5 death penalty cases involving minorities, and we use many of these cases as inspiration. Our focus is to represent the racial injustice in courts and the abuse of the national government, even though our main character has tried to redeem himself from his past criminal behavior. The government keeps unfairly accusing him of crime. As well as Enrique, we created a backstory for our character, Mark, the interrogator. He's in his late 20s, mostly sarcastic, cocky, high class, and racist. Keyword, racist. Some brief history is that he was born and raised in Miami. His parents loved him and bought him everything. Officer positions run in the family, and basically he is privileged. In the end, we obviously had to change this character into a female version of Mark, who we haven't named, but basically the same backstory applies to her. We wanted to include symbolism in our movie opening. The first symbol is Enrique's hands. This represents the hard work he does, and when he's handcuffed and Mark shuts his hands down, it's like shutting down his freedom and his civil liberties, as you can see in this clip right here. His cries in this ending clip shows the brutal injustice of the court system and how much it has affected him. Now for our plot. We knew we wanted to briefly show Enrique getting arrested, but we didn't know how to show his abuse in the judicial system. We were in between showing him in a court or an interrogation room. In the end, we decided as a group to use an interrogation room because I did some research in this website called people.howstuffworks.com, and I found an article about the methods that people use to interrogate someone. And ironically, Police are allowed to lie to the person being interrogated, and in court you can't lie. That's one of the main reasons why we wanted to choose an interrogation room and the privacy of it. The interrogation room layout also is used to make the suspect uncomfortable and powerless, exactly what our character is feeling. So we knew that this scene would be essential in the movie plot. The room should be small and dark, containing just a desk and 2 or 3 chairs. This is used for the sole reason to create that uneasy feeling of isolation, and will be easier to recreate for for a bunch of high school seniors anyways. The first step was setting up. We knew we needed a decent interrogation room. We needed to find a cop car and find lighting to go with the scene. Mise en scène is very important to our film opening, especially since we have relied solely on the shots, mise en scène, and dialogue to keep the audience entertained. We only had 2 settings: the neighborhood pickup scene and the heavily emphasized interrogation room scene. We found an abandoned old shed to be Enrique's home and used a Mitsubishi Outlander for the car. For the interrogation room, I realized the perfect place to film was my garage. All I needed was a table, 2 chairs, and good lighting. I played around a lot with the lighting, as you can see in this clip right here.
Can we get back to the reason why I'm here?
Watch your tone. In America, we respect authority.
Now for the most exciting part, the actual production. We all got together and went straight to film the shed, which was to be Enrique's home. We used my Nikon D3200 camera for the majority of the filming and an iPhone 6s as our backup when the camera kept shutting off. Before taking up the task, I looked up how to properly hold a camera. I knew I wanted to have as many different shots possible to keep even the most plain background interesting. I had to get on top of the car various times to get these shots, even when the car was moving. The different angles created a 360 view of the actions going on, engaging the viewer into the story. Then we went to our garage and filmed the interrogation scene. This is when I decided to play around with the lighting. The darkness symbolized what our character was feeling inside, and with just the right amount of lighting, the scene looked even more mysterious. We had this previous idea to show the criminal from a one-sided window of the detective coming in. To accomplish this, we used an old frame and held it in place with a chair. The only problem was to keep the camera steady enough so that it looked real. As we started filming, we basically followed the script. But the heat and pressure got to one of our actors, so Kaylin, our group member, had to be the replacement. In the end, it was okay, because she's white and a strong female lead, and had very good chemistry with our main actor, Jose. Then came the process of editing. It was overall very frustrating because the shaky camera movement and because of the focus of some of the shots. But Jenna, our main editor, was able to steady the shots and make the shots look smooth. To edit, we use Adobe Premiere Pro CC, and I'm using Screen-O-Matic for the CCR. If we had to distribute our film opening as a real media product, we would enter it in local film festivals and showcase it on YouTube Red. Well, that's pretty much it. I'm so happy to have had this experience. We overall worked really hard on our project. I think we successfully captured our vision. It is a dream come true to have worked on the film opening, and a very good practice for the future. Till then, guys, stay tuned.